Hello YouTube, 87 Ricer here. So I'm going to show you how I fill up this truck, because that's what it's reading, low fuel. I'm going to start the timer. Right now. So that's my timer. I gotta remember 52,087. Alright, 52,087. Okay, so I put my card into the machine. So I just swiped the company card there. I'm only going to do the tractor. I do not need DEF, so I will skip that one. Now I'm also not getting reefer fuel, so it's going to be a little bit faster than if I was doing reefer fuel. Very quick, simple fuel fill up. This ain't gonna go anywhere. What the hell? Obviously that side is full, so I gotta go on the other side. Now this truck has an issue where my driver's side it will stay full, but my passenger side, this one gets empty. Yeah. So I'm gonna wait for this one to fill up. There's little rings on here, and he's wedged in there, and it keeps it still, so it shouldn't pop off, even though I always look all the way to the other end to make sure it's still in it. That should be good. And what I mean by this one is, ever since I got into this truck, my driver's side tank will be full, but my passenger side empties. Now I'm watching back there to make sure that stays, yep, you can see it's still full, but yet the truck gauge was on empty. And there's those rings to keep it, wedged. So yeah, this side always shows that it's empty. on my fuel gauge, it will say empty, but I'll still have fuel. A full tank of fuel, just about, on my driver's side. But on the passenger side, this one will be empty. So the fuel gauge is not correct. Something's wrong with the fuel gauge, or whatever's ciphering the fuel from the other tank. And it's been that way since I got into this truck. I noticed it right out of the gate, because the other truck that I was in, if I went on a 500 plus mile drive in one day, I would barely even hit half a tank. But if I do 500 in a day with this truck, it's damn near past half a tank. In fact, sometimes it sits at just a hair over a quarter of a tank in a 500 mile run on this truck. So I know something's going on, and I've reported it before. They can't figure out what's wrong with it, but I'm also not a diesel mechanic, so if they can't figure it out, I'm definitely not gonna figure it out. But I always fill up this truck every time it says low fuel. That's what it cost. It's locked in place. It's not going to stop until after the fuel level hits the nozzle. That's the company I drive for, and they treat me really well. Come on. I ought to be at least a half a tank already. It's full, you can see. So now I have enough to get back. Now, just to be on the safe side, I know I'm good on the reefer, because when I checked it earlier today, it was at like just almost a half a tank. And it's only running at -5. Three-quarters of a tank, almost half a tank. So I was right, I don't need to fill that up. I'll fill that up when I get back to Whitty's. But when I'm out of the truck while I'm filling up, I usually check to make sure my stuff is good. Check between, make sure there's no turtles. Make sure everything's good. Make sure there's no turtles. And we're good. Now I can make it back to Whitty. And yeah. That's on. That's on. I'm good. Grab my gloves. So the reason why I don't need DEF is because on this truck, DEF, that little blue needle there, you could, on these trucks, you can go all the way up to New York, all the way up to Maine, and get back to Missouri, and it's not even, and DEF won't even be at a half a tank. So it gets really good DEF. We fill up more with diesel and reefer fuel than what we do for DEF. So they always told us, don't do DEF unless you're running west and coming back from west, from like California, coming back from California, then you can run DEF. But it only took me 10 minutes to fill up the truck at full. And see, that's what the blue needle, that's how much DEF I've used on this entire run so far. And I just started driving Sunday, and today's Monday afternoon, so it gets very good. But anyways, I just wanted to show you all how I fill up this truck. And there's a few times where I also do my reefer for my trailer, but in this case I didn't have to, because I'll have plenty by the time I get back to Troy, and I can just fill it up in Troy. So I'm 87 Ricer. Hope you enjoyed seeing me fill up this truck, and hope you all have a fantastic week. 87 Ricer out. Peace. Love y'all.